I'm Viviana Navarro,
and you're watching NBC News. Breaking news. This just in. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a devastating event happened at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The American naval base at Pearl Harbor was attacked by the Japanese without warning.
The casualties aren't yet known, but from our sources, 2,335 U.S. servicemen are missing and 1,143 are reported injured. It's a sad day in American history, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's a very sad day. Also, today, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, in a speech to the American public, announced that December 7, 1941, would be a date that will live in infamy. President Roosevelt also announced today that the United States of America will enter the war in Europe, supporting the Allies.
That attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, by air, President Roosevelt has just announced. The attack also was made on all naval and military activities on the principal island of Oahu. We take you now to Washington.
The details are not available. They will be in a few minutes. The White House is now giving out a statement. The attack apparently was made on all naval and military activities on the principal island of Oahu.
What's wrong, girls?
The president's brief statement was read and reported by Stephen Murray, the president's secretary. The Japanese attack upon Pearl Harbor naturally would mean war. Such an attack would naturally bring a counterattack, and hostilities of this kind would naturally mean that the president would ask Congress for a declaration of war. There is no doubt from the temper of Congress that such a declaration.
We'll be right back after this short break. Hello, I'm Betty Crocker, and I come with you with a new cake mix. Just add water and mix. Now you can make your own cake at home for just 35 cents. Get your Betty Crocker cake mix magic now at your local grocery store. I told you it was magic.
And we're back. On other news, there was a new top secret project being developed. And the project was the building of the first atomic bomb. The United States had no plans to develop an atomic bomb, but world famous scientist Albert Einstein sent a letter to President Roosevelt saying that Germany was trying to split atoms in order to produce an atomic bomb, and this triggered the start of the Manhattan Project.
The main person in charge of building the bomb was scientist Robert Oppenheimer. The person in charge for building facilities, materials, and scientist was General Leslie.
The bomb was completed and tested in the New Mexico desert on July 6, 1945. And the decision had come for President Harry S. Truman to authorize the bomb's use on Japanese targets. Truman finally came to the conclusion to use the bombs of Japan. The bombs were used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The use of the bombs ended World War II with Japan. That's all. Today, Democrat U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was reelected in his fourth term in office, making history. As all of you may know, Roosevelt won his fourth presidency in November 7th, 1944, by handily defeating his opponent, Thomas Dewey.
Due to World War II not being over, the American citizens didn't want to change presidents in between a war.
Sadly, only Roosevelt lived to last 13 years in office as president because he died of a massive cerebral hemorrhage at Warm Springs, Georgia in April 12, 1942. Roosevelt's unparalleled 13 years in office led to the passing of the 22nd Amendment, just recently passed.
The 22nd Amendment limits future presidents to a maximum of 2 consecutive elected terms in office, which is good for the country.
We'll be right back after this short break.
If you're home and you're bored and you want to play, grab a frisbee and thank Walter Morrison for inventing these from an upgrade from metal plates and grab some friends and toss the frisbee around.
I'm so bored.
I know, it's a beautiful day and I want to really play outside, but there are no need to play it.
Dude, I know.
Why don't you try playing with the new frisbees? Just grab some friends and toss it around.
Yeah!
And
We're back.
Now, we will talk about Japanese-American internment. Due to anti-Japanese paranoia after the attack on Pearl Harbor, many Americans viewed Japanese and descendants of Japanese as a threat to American soil. Therefore, in February 19, 1942, President Roosevelt passed Executive Order 9066, in which Japanese Americans had to be removed from the West Coast and be placed in internment camps inland.
About 110,000 Japanese Americans were interned and many lost their businesses, farms, homes, cars, and other belongings. The life at the internment camps weren't easy. One person went against the authorities, and that was Korematsu. He challenged the Supreme Court, saying internment was illegal, but the Supreme Court ruled internment was legal.
Japanese Americans weren't released from the camps until early 1945 without any form of apology. Now we will be talking about the end of World War II. The day that started the beginning to the end of the war was on June 6, 1944, known as D-Day, in which the Allies, including the United States, invaded Normandy, France. After invading Normandy and liberating France from German control, the Allies fought the last major battle in the war, which was the Battle of the Bulge, and the Allies came out victorious. On May 8, 1945, Germany surrendered, ending World War II with Germany.
The Allies may have won the war in Europe, but the war was still going with Japan. America was now focused on winning the war with Japan. America used the atomic bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, Japan, which forced Japan to surrender on August 14, 1945. But Japan formally surrendered on September 2, 1945, marking the end of World War II.
World War II was one of the biggest wars fought in mankind. Millions of lives were lost. And now, spending this wonderful day with us, Walt Disney's assistant, Sabrina Perdomo.
So, can you tell us about when Dumbo got released?
So Dumbo was released on October 23, 1941.
And what was the movie about?
The movie was about an elephant with oversized ears, and he was born in a circus. So his mom was basically the only friend that he ever had, because all the other elephants would make fun of him because of how he looked. But later on then, Dumbo used to always play with his ears, so he ended up learning how to fly with them. And later on in the movie, he meets his really good friend. It's a mouse, and he plays in the parade. And so later on, like, basically the part of the movie is just being a true friend and just sticking through thick and thin,
characters, wild animals, ferocious beasts, ponderous pachyderms, jungle giants. Casey Jr., the train with a personality. But are not the most delightful Disney sequence you've ever seen, the Parade of the Pink Elephants. See Dumbo's magnificent fall to fame, the most sensational climax ever filmed.
Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, tell us about the other movie, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is about a puppet who came to life but always wanted to be a real boy. So he was visited by an angel one night, and the angel told him, you can't be a real boy, but you can try to be a real boy, like act like a real boy. And then later on in the movie, Pinocchio he tries to be a real boy by bringing his faith, being unselfish, and that's all he has to do in order to be a real boy. But little did he know, being a real boy is a real struggle. So when he turned into a real boy in the movie, he wanted to be a puppet again, so he ended up being a puppet. And basically just learned the true meanings of to just love yourself the way you are.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
True. And so, what about Bambi? So can you tell us a little bit about Bambi?
Yes. Bambi in the movie is about a white-tailed deer who his mother was shot when he was young, and he meets his friend Thumper, who is a white grayish rabbit, and they go on adventures together. And after Bambi's mom died, his dad was the prince of the forest, so he took over Bambi. And he basically taught Bambi how to be strong and brave. And later on, he met this girl named he just met a girl, a white-tailed girl. And later on, she ended up, during the movie, this fire catches and he tries to save her. He basically saves her life. And so later on at the end of the movie, Bambi's a dad with 2.
Okay.
How will these movies teach children morals?
They'll teach the children morals by not lying to your parents, loving yourself for who you are, and don't care what other people's opinions mean to you, but other than yours. And they teach you how, to fight for your true love and to stay strong and brave through any obstacle.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're really, you can watch them. They're really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was nice interviewing you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope you have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey kids, Mama's home. Who wants to go to the movies? Some new movies came out, Walt Disney. One is Bambi, the other one's Pinocchio, and it's Dumbo. Which one do you guys want to watch?
Walt Disney, the world's greatest storyteller, brings the world's greatest love story to the screen. Bambi, the story that proves that love can be loaded with laughs. Well, what's the matter with that? They're Twitter-pated. Well, love comes to mean heroism and fearlessness. Here, surging out of the roaring forest, is the most powerful, gripping, romantic story ever brought to the screen by Walt Disney.
He's only a little boy, made of wood. But his heart is pure. Nice name.
What is your name?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
And his story is ageless.
I got no strings to hold me down, to make me bend or make me frown. I hit swings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me.
Walt Disney's Pinocchio.
After commercials, we'll be interviewing Evelyn
It's
Knight.
Slinky time! For just $1, Ethan, we can get another one of these. Look at all the cool things you could do with it. Wanna try? Isn't that so much fun? Doesn't it just spark your imagination? For ages 5 and up.
Now we will interview.
Evelyn Knight. Onto the stage.
Hey! So how did you come up with the song Little Birdie Told Me?
Well, when I was a young girl.
Oh, here, take it back. Okay.
Well, when I was a young girl, I would go outside and just watch little birds, and then I don't know, like my mom always told me a story about the little birdie told me, and when I was growing up, a bunch of people would always tell secrets and be like, "Oh, little birdie told me this and that," and I kind of like, I don't know, like I just started writing a song, and then it just became a great hit.
That's beautiful, honestly. Do you want to sing us your hit song?
Do you
Go.
really want me to?
If the only if the audience applauses. I think they want to hear.
I'll sing a little bit.
Okay. And we'll go off to the sideline so you can sing.
Oh.
And now Viviana will talk about a new product that is M&M's.
The M&Ms were invented by Forrest Mars in 1941. Forrest got the idea for the candy after observing soldiers eating chocolate pellets with a hard shell. The M&Ms is a great chocolatey experience, and we will have our audience to favor that. Would you like to grab one? Yeah, and eat it if you would like. Do you guys like them?
Yeah.
Are they super good?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is our observation of the day.
And now Viviana will talk about frozen French fries.
What you guys may have not known is that a chemist, Ray Dunlap, introduced us with the frozen French fry. Dunlap joined the Simplot company to produce commercial frozen French fries in 1948. Frozen French fries are quick and easy to make. Corn dogs were invented by Neil Fletcher in 1942. The first corn dog sold was in 1942 at the Fair Park. It was 49 cents at stores like Kowloon Market, 389 Avenue of the Americas, and Phillips Quality Market. You put it in for 2 minutes. to cook. So once it hits 2 minutes, you take it out of the microwave. Make sure to close the microwave. Is it good? Take a piece. Your pizza should be ready. So is it good? Really good. So frozen pizza is really good, as we can see.
And today I will be interviewing Ted Williams from the Red Sox.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, Mr. Williams, what made you decide to serve in war rather than become a famous athlete?
Like most of the other athletes, I wanted to serve in the war and fight for my country.
From my understanding, you served many missions. Could you tell me exactly how many?
Oh yeah, I served like around 39 missions.
Impressive. I heard there was an incident in the war. Could you tell me about it?
Yes, during the war, an explosion happened that left me with one busted eardrum. So I'm deaf from one ear.
Well, Ted, I'm sorry for that loss. Well, I guess that's all the questions I have for you for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. In the 40s, television was a very popular leisure activity because families all over the neighborhood could come to each other's houses and watch television. They usually watch television for about 5 hours or more. It was just something that families could do together to have fun and hang out and barbecue and stuff like that. Televisions became very popular to buy. They were being bought 100,000 a week by stores, and each more that they were buying, they throughout the years became lower and lower and lower.
And that's all for today.
Catch you tomorrow,
folks.
I see trees of green.
And now we will interview Sabrina Perdomo.
We'll be right back after this short.
Oh my
Miss Evelyn Knight.
Get out of here, I'm doing my makeup.
Oh, okay.
God.
And we're back. And
we're back. The main person in charge of building the...
Also today, President.